Okay, so let's dive into checking out Encyclopedia of Extreme MIDI Groove Pack. Tons of grooves in here, tons of non-groove blast beats, super fast stuff, all kinds of crazy drumming, tons of fills. Let's dive in. So I'm going to show you how to install it within Ultimate Heavy Drums. So first we're going to go to the library section, then this little drop down tab next to Ultimate Heavy Drums where it says Instruments, Open Containing Folder, then we're going to go to MIDI files. I've already got it copied, so I'm just going to hit paste, or you could just drag and drop it in there. And then we're going to go back to Contact and we're going to close Contact and reopen it, and then it will appear in there. So I've just reopened Contact. Now when I go to this groove section down here in the bottom right, you will see at the top, middle tone, Encyclopedia of Extreme MIDI Pack, 20 songs, tons of MIDI, and we can go through and check all of these out. Now there is a bare minimum of 15 different grooves per song, and then I've isolated some of the drum fills within each song so you can get to those a bit quicker. Now there are even more quote-unquote drum fills than the ones listed here, but some of them are maybe shorter than a bar, and some of them are, sometimes it's like a build-up coming out of a section or something a bit more simplistic that might be maybe a little bit boring just as a fill on its own. So just bear that in mind. There are some different sort of transitions at the end of each groove. There's usually a fill of some sort at the end of each groove, but then you've got these ones that I've isolated for you so you can get to them a lot quicker. It's also worth noting that these BPMs listed are the tempos in which the grooves were created at. And you can change them, of course. You can take this one that's at 180 and move it to 170 or 190. I wouldn't recommend going much more than sort of 20 BPM faster or slower, because not everything perfectly syncs up to the beat. And this means that you're better off working with MIDI that is optimized for the sort of tempo that you're working at. Okay, so let's check it out. We can go to any of these, click on them, adjust our project tempo. So let's check out this one at 232 BPM, super fast, extreme metal, and we can click on a groove and check it out. So that one's sort of like a song intro. So when you find a piece of MIDI that you want to use, you can simply drag it from Contact into your project, and you can go in and analyze it and change it as you see fit. So let's check out some other MIDI here. Let's go to this one at 232 BPM. So I've got like an intro groove here. We can drag that into Cubase, and then we can drag this blast beat section in right after it, and then you've kind of got the start of the song here. So let's going to glue those together, and then we can go in and just look at all this MIDI. Dragging and adding in MIDI and build a whole song around this and write riffs over all of this. So let's check something out at a different tempo. So I'm going to go for this one here at 154 BPM, which is in 6/8, which is what this refers to. So that's like a triplet feel. And let's check some of this out. We can glue these MIDI parts together so we can just sort of have a look. And you don't have to glue it all together. Obviously, you can keep your sections all separate. so I'm checking out this one at 150. I've kept the tempo in my project actually to 154 because it's close enough, but these are different vibes. Let's check this out. This one's at 122 BPM, some 6/8 kind of triplet feel, very Cannibal Corpse. Euroblast, not quite so Cannibal Corpse. Tons of variety here, tons of different beats, types of fills, grooves, blasts, all that kind of stuff to create any type of extreme music. I really hope you enjoy this pack, and I look forward to hearing what you create with it.